grateful to have you with us today. You could be anywhere that you want to be today, but we're so glad that you're with us. So, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. And please remember to get your pen and paper ready and take good notes and stay focused, okay? Now, the individual that is on the line with us this morning, he is a top performer with our company, and he has had great deal of success over the years, and he's already made millions in this industry. He has built businesses throughout several states as well as over 30 countries throughout the world. So I'm sure he can teach us a little something, something. So I've known this gentleman now for just a short time. However, I'm very impressed with his resume because more importantly, I'm impressed with him on a personal level because after getting to know him and many others in his organization from around the world, I have learned that he is a very funny and fun person to be connected to. So after just a few minutes of talking business with him, you will quickly realize how factual and documented he is, although money is no longer an issue for him in his life, but he is helping people to attain success in their lives, in their business, and he is now, that's his driving force at this time. So without any further delay, let me introduce you to our Mr. Flynn, Mr. Harry Flynn. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. Wow. Incredible.
Take it
Kind
away.
of hard to thank you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Motley. I tell you, it's amazing to hear those kind things said about me. I come from a background of corporate America. When I showed up for work every day, I didn't get that type of adulation. So I tell you, it's a wonderful thing to be in business with people such as yourself.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing.
Praise
I
God.
kind of. I kind of now know how it feels to be a waffle that's been smothered with syrup. I appreciate that. But on a serious tip, though, Mrs. Motley, I tell you, that's the kind of business that we're in, where we have an industry where people tend to speak very, very nice of others. And, you know, I just want to return the adulation because you are an individual that is very professional, very committed. You actually act on the things that you see, your vision. And most people are not like that. So I am honored, really, to be in business with a person as yourself. Um,
Why, thank you. I give
well, you're
praises
welcome.
to God for
Well,
all
you're
things.
welcome. Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I tell you, I want to say also, welcome to everybody. My name is Harry Flynn. My story is not necessarily a pretty one, but I am so, as I say, too blessed to be stressed. What a wonderful time this is in terms of business and the opportunity that we have to make a difference, and not just in our own lives, but in our families and our close friends and dear loved ones. We've got something of worth to share. And it's an honor to be able to talk to people from around the country and other parts of the globe. That is our opportunity. So I want to welcome everyone to this discussion, to this training. As I've been known to say for many years around the world, when you look at businesses such as this industry, I've learned from many mentors and from my own personal experience that no one gets in for the training. Yet, without the training, no one gets whatever they got in for. And so, kudos and praises to each of you for being here on the training because this is what will make the difference for you and your family's life. Now, just a few admin things I want to spend for maybe 4 minutes just to help you appreciate where you are right now. We believe that team indicates together everyone achieves more. And we internalize that. We don't say it because it's a very cute coordination of words or play on with letters. No. No, 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 no. We internalize that. We take ownership of that. We understand based on our actions that together everyone achieves more. Now, hang with me here for a second because every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever time that equates to in your neck of the woods, we do a professional training, generic training that will help every team grow in this industry. We cover everything from A to Z, in case you want to write that down. Hint, hint, clue, clue. We go everywhere from soup to nuts. We literally leave no stone unturned. And you can have all of this for yourself and your teams by plugging in at join.me/Fin Free Club 4. Okay? Very, very key. Now, if you by chance dial in and you don't hear anything, well, you simply click on this little phone icon at the top center of your screen. I'm highlighting it for you right now. And then you choose your preference. Do I want to listen via internet or do I want to call in by my phone? You have that option. Now, this will work wherever you are on the planet Earth. Doesn't matter. You can be in Russia. You can be in Nigeria. You can be in Ghana, South Africa. You can be in the Philippines. And you can dial in on a local number to get this training for free. Very powerful. Very, very key. Very key. I am so thankful for Mrs. Motley for hosting the call in the way that she did so professionally this morning. Because that's a hint, hint, clue, clue. So much of our business building is done over the phone. Is that not a blessing? Think about that. Boy, when I came through my initial wave of leadership in this company, it was not in this company, but in this industry, it's over 20 years ago. Man, I had to get dressed and put on my suit, shirt, and tie, and make sure my gaiters was cleaned up, and I had to go to a location. Sometimes I had to drive maybe an hour and a half just to get there, and then I had to find parking and get into this hotel meeting, and I had to pay a little bit of money to offset the cost of the room and find a seat in the front of the room, and oh my goodness, boy, it worked. It worked. It was the reason I'm here today. Okay, and I had to do that maybe 3, 4 times a week, taking away time from my family and from my kids, and I even had to make adjustments because I could not hold true to my spiritual obligations. Bible studies most time were missed. I mean, it was not a good time for me. But I had to treat my business with importance to change my life so that hopefully back then in the near future, I could give more time. I would not have to take time away from my spiritual matters, from my family, from my children, if my business could work. So I had to make those commitments back then, but you don't have to do that today. No. Everything we do is right over the phone. So phone etiquette is very important. Hint, hint, clue, clue. So here's some items I want to make mention to you, bring to your attention, just in case you're one of those serious ones. I know that what I'm saying is not going to resonate with everybody. And I know sometimes many of you are hearing me, but you're not listening. I'm okay with that. I ain't mad at you. Okay? But support the calls. Bring excitement to the calls. That's what I heard this morning before Mrs. Motley had to close the calls down so that we can talk. Okay? Bring excitement. Greet one another. Say hello if you recognize someone. Other guests may be listening and they want to get a sense of what is this really all about? Well, that excitement can help them come aboard. You may not understand all of the details right now, but be excitement. You know why? Be excited. You know why? Because ignorance on fire is better than intelligence on ice. You see, if you are excited, people will come from all over just to watch you burn. Excitement is contagious. So greet one another. Give love and appreciation for one another. Have no other conversations going on in the background. Give your business the respect it deserves. Eliminate noise and bring guests. Sometimes we have people sitting on the proverbial painful fence, if you can get my drift. It's painful sitting on that fence, not knowing in, out, in, out. What do I do? What do I do? Make a decision. When you bring guests or key prospects, movers and shakers, smarty yards, whatever, and they hear this, they get a sense of what we teach, how our business functions. Many times that can be the closing deal for them. And promote the calls. Promote the calls. Talk about them. Promote the calls. Talk about them all week long. Say the words. I can't wait till Saturday's training. I can't wait. Boy, did you hear what we covered, what we learned last week? Look at my notes. My goodness. I've got to sit down at some point and get my notes organized. I was scribbling stuff down so fast. Now I got to make sense of it all. I got to review my notes. I got to clean them up. Talk about the calls, the trainings, and be early on the calls. So, with that being said, I want to get into our discussion for today's training. I want to cover the first important piece before I turn it over to really, I consider it to be the keynote address of the day. And that's going to be given, she will be giving her first keynote address on our trainings in just a little bit. I'll be talking about her in a wee bit. You sit down now, get comfortable, because as Joan Rivers would say, can we talk? Can we talk? Or may I be frank with you? Some of us can relate to what I'm trying to say here. How about let's have a chit chat? Maybe a powwow, a sit down. For the hip hoppers, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Why? Because I want to shout, not at you. I want to shout with you. I want to talk to you. See, this business for me is not a joke. This business, this industry has changed my every being. I am someone that I was born in North Carolina, but I grew up in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York. That was where I grew up. I've been in Brooklyn, New York since I was probably 4, maybe 5 years old. I spent all of my growing up in Brooklyn. I grew up in the hood, as they call it, Bedford Stuyvesant. It was known to be do or die, Bed Stuy. We was I was taught and told as a young person to trust no one. A very dangerous thing I was taught growing up. Trust no one. Okay? Um, it was not a good thing I grew up believing. But that's how I got out of the hood. I couldn't trust anyone. I was depending only on myself. Okay? I was taught and bought into the concept, as many of us have had to do, get education. I went to school. Okay? And I went to college there. I went to a place called NYU, New York University, and I studied computer science. I wanted to get into the computer field. And I thought that was going to provide me my happiness, education. That was going to give me the life I had always dreamed of. And I went to school. I would love to sit here today to tell you that I completed it, but I had to stop. I fell in love. I got married at a very early age, and life was not what I thought it was going to be. And so I went back to school, back to NYU. I took classes at night, and on Saturdays, I wasn't home with my wife. And then we had a child, and I began to become fearful because I felt, oh my goodness, how am I going to survive? How am I going to take care of this child and live a quality lifestyle? And I realized that corporate America, as it's known in the USA, was not cutting it for me. And so that's when I decided to go back to school, but then my family suffered because I was never home. And eventually got a piece of paper, a degree, okay? And it didn't make a difference for me. Things got rougher. I got more responsibilities at my job, which took more time away from my family. And I became very miserable. As years went by, I was miserable. I didn't like life. I felt like something went wrong. Somebody did me wrong. And eventually, I was introduced to this industry. Got into a company, and I started learning things I had not learned in school about self improvement. I was encouraged to read books that I was never encouraged to read in school. Things like The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich. Things that we look at today as Bibles within our industry. I was first introduced to these things probably over 30 years ago. I mean, you know what? It didn't resonate because I had so much wrong stuff that had been put into my mind for so many years. It took time to cleanse my mind of the wrong kind of stuff. I didn't know anything about success. I just knew how to work a job, how to be an employee. That's all I knew. I knew that very well. I knew how to handle myself on an interview. I knew how to dress and look right for corporate America. But I didn't know how to be successful. But this industry opened my mind up to that. And I was around I started to build a new social circle. And I started to understand how to eliminate people from my life that were not helping me grow. And I began to build a new world. It took time. It was work. It was very painful, but I had to go through it because I was serious. Unlike most people, as I learned from a mentor, they're just seriously not serious. I was serious, and I learned. And I learned some things. And I left from company to company to company looking for that right opportunity. And finally, I found it, and millions were made. Millions. I traveled the world. But it was all because of this industry, because I committed to the training. I committed to the training. Another mentor along the way taught me about commitment. He says, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. He said, commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood in which you said it has left you, yet you still do it. That is commitment, and that will lead to ultimate success. I say to you right now, commit to training, for without the training, you will not get what you got in here for. Training. Listen. But I don't have enough time. Really? Do you really believe that? The first keynote address given by my partner in a little bit is going to talk to you about what do you really believe? How does your belief affect your life? What you do and what you don't do, what you see and what you don't see. What is your belief? Do you believe you don't have enough time? Because if you believe that, you don't. But here's the truth about time. It is true for everybody, not just you, not just for me. There's 168 hours in every week. That's true for everybody. If you break it down, I learned there's 56 hours. More than anything else, we sleep. More than anything else, we sleep. 56 hours a week, 8 hours a night for sleeping, 35 hours a week eating, showering, traveling, incidentals, intangibles, you name it. 40 hours if you're working a full time job, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's true. See, these hours are equal for everyone. Time is fair. Time is not judgmental. No one has ever had more than 168 hours in a week. No one will ever have more than that. It's what do you do with your allotted time? That's the difference. No one has less time than you. You have no less time than anybody else or more time than anybody else. If you look at the numbers, although people might, numbers never lie. There's 37 hours a week if you choose to pursue your dream, to build your business. You have to make the necessary adjustments. That's all. If you're serious, or perhaps you're just seriously not serious. Maybe that's the problem. You're seriously not serious. Make the adjustments. Make the building of your dream, the building of your business. Try this one on for size. See what happens if you make it important. Watch how your activities change if you make the building of your dream important. Pay attention. Because in this business, building your dream, it's not really about building the business as much as it is about building people, building people, building people. Because when you build people, you then have a situation where the people will build the business. That's the premise of network marketing or word of mouth advertising. Build people, and then the people will build the business. Now, I want you guys to think about that because right now, many of you are sitting here looking at the screen saying, I've seen that before. I know where he got that from. Really? Well, I'm not trying to show you something you've never seen before. Just the opposite. I want to show you what you already possess. I want to show you what you've seen before. But I want you to take ownership of it. I want us, you, me too, me included, I want us to internalize what we have seen. I didn't just teach you how many hours there are in a week. You knew that already. You know there's only 24 hours in a day. I didn't teach you that. You know there's no such thing as 8 days a week. You know that already. But I'm trying to get you to understand what that means. We have to watch what we do with our time. We have to build people up so that the people build the business. Somebody hang with me. You see, helping people is the business. Money just happens to be a byproduct, not the bottom line. When you focus on people and helping people, money is a byproduct. And so if money is not the primary focus for you, maybe helping people or having fun is your drive. Well, try doing some of those things. Try helping people when you've got no money. Try helping someone have fun and have an easier go at life when you're down in the doldrums because you're miserable. So don't get it twisted. It ain't just about money, it's about what it is that you actually want. Somebody told me once that money ain't everything, it just lives next door to everything. You know, it's kind of like oxygen. Try living with, without it. It's a very difficult task. Here's my point. With our business, what if you just helped 5 people make just $2,000 a month in our business? I challenge you to recognize that would be because of our compensation plan, that's a minimum of $10,000 a month for you. If you help five people make just $2,000 a month, that's a minimum of $10,000 a month for you. And that's just one of the seven different income streams. Oh, you don't hear what I'm saying. There are seven different income streams here with our opportunity. So, with our 100% match, if you need to write it down, help yourself. Hint, hint, clue, clue. But if you help personally, just five people, they can be anywhere on the planet Earth. There's over 7 billion people on this planet. And right now, only just over 400,000 are part of Four Corners Alliance Group right now. For those of you who like numbers, write them down. There's about 400,000 people in our company right now globally, but there's over 7 billion on the planet. And we're talking financial literacy. Somebody was talking earlier about being blessed. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But what are we doing with the blessing we've been provided? So what if you just help five people make $2,000 a month? That's a minimum of $10,000 for you. And there's six other income streams that we dare not even mention right now. Here's the second point. This is a check on your vision. Right now, perhaps you're having a checkup from the neck up. Do the math. It's just third grade math. What if you just help 10 people make $2,000 a month? That's a minimum of $20,000 a month for you, and there's six additional income streams added to that $20,000 that month. You see, we have a very strong opportunity here. And I'm trying to speak with you, and I pray to my Creator that if not all of you, even just if two of you, or three of you, or four of you heard what I said, maybe it pierced you. Maybe you had an aha moment. Maybe something happened to you that, as Arsenio Hall used to say, that made you go, Things that make you go, Maybe that just happened for you. Well, if it did, what are you going to do about it? And that brings me to my final point here. You see, no matter how awesome this opportunity is, or any opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not willing to learn, nothing and no one can help you. But if you are determined to learn, no one and nothing can stop you. I pray that these words enter your spirit and you commit to learning. If you are not willing to learn, ain't nothing, nowhere, no how is going to help you. You can pray all you want. But until you rise up off your knees and go to work, ain't nothing going on for you. But if you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. That is the most perfect segue into the keynote address speaker for today. You're looking at her image right now. I have the utmost respect for this young lady because she, from day one, never having once wavered, never took a break, she was committed to learning. She today, and she will tell you this, is not the person she was 18 months ago when she joined me in this operation. I have so much respect for her because she cares truly, deeply about people. And she doesn't just say it in words. She has shown it in her actions. She's traveled abroad. She has a vision, not just in word, but she held dear to her vision for an entire continent of people that I say she is the ambassador of. I am so honored and privileged and blessed that she's on our team and she teaches. She is an educator. She even has an MBA in business entrepreneurship. She is quality of the best kind. And until you get to know her, you just would never imagine how much fun she is to be around. She keeps me in stitches. I'm telling you, she is all that. And what I want to do is pass the mic to her so that she can speak to you and deliver her keynote address on this training. Folks, turn the page, get to a fresh page, because she's going to teach you right now. She's going to give you something of worth, since we're talking financial literacy, to put pen to paper. With that being said, I am going to pass along the mic. So let's see where she is at. I got to find her. Where is she? I don't see. Where are you, Kati? I don't see you in my list here. There you are. Okay. I see you. Okay. Miss Katy Nkem, please accept the mic and talk to us if you will. We see you.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Wow, wow, wow. This is, wow, 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 wow. Mr. Harry Flynn, you did it again. You hit it out of the park. You actually shouted with us. Shouted, I mean. And then while we were shouting, I was like, hey, I know that. Hey, I know that quote. Hey, I've seen that somewhere. I'm like, wow. This tied very well with what I wanted to talk about this morning. Because every single day, especially when you read, when you do training, personal development, you find one little nugget that actually propel you to the next level. When I started with Four Corners Alliance Group, for me, I was just doing my thing. I never thought of teaching, at this level, at this stage. Not not because I didn't believe I could not. I did a lot of things. I taught at different levels. I even sang in a crowd of over 1,000 people. But for me, it was just to stay in the trench, grind it out, help as many people as, as I could with this simple business concept, $18. Like I used to say in my early days, even the moi moi selling lady can actually do the business. If she can do that, how many people can do it as well without breaking the bank? But there's one thing that drives us, our beliefs, because what we believe shapes us. Our beliefs is what we make us or break us. Sometimes people, oh la la. Sorry guys, I'm having technical difficulties here. go back. Yes, sometimes our beliefs shape us. And most of the time, we don't even realize what is happening with us because we don't know that we don't know. And that's why I come today to this subject. What is it? They call it the Schotoma. Sometimes people can't see or hear what is right in front of them. Sometimes it is opportunities. Sometimes it is something they are looking for. Has this ever happened to you? Somebody is asking you for something and you put it right in front of them. Or give them the answer. And yet, they don't see it. Or they still don't hear it. Somehow, it doesn't register. Has this ever happened to you?
Yes, it has.
Because I know many people in my own life where you will say, they will ask you for something. You will say, repeat it. They wouldn't get it. You will change even the language you are using to explain, to tell them what you want them to hear or see. They wouldn't. Why? Because they have mental blinds. Their beliefs stops them from seeing things, from hearing things. There's a name for these blind spots. That's what we call Schotoma. So in the book, Unlimited Power, the new science of personal achievement, we all know this person, Tony Robbins. He is a trainer of the mind because what we do with our mind determine who we are and what we will achieve. So he talks about the scotomas and how these mental blind spots can keep us from seeing things right in front of us.
Right.
We have our business. Many people just stops at the 4x6 matrix and the 100% matching commission and talk about multiple stream of income. Don't get me wrong. Even Four Corners has a book about multiple stream of income. But things have to be done the right way. We already have 7 income streams here. See what you have in front of you. Build that. Build a solid foundation. Remove those mental blind spots that you have about your business, and that will explode. Look at this example of how you can't find the butter because you believe you can't find the butter. In this particular case, you say, "Hon, where's the butter?" The imagine will be what I will answer. "Hon, it's just in front of you. It is just there. Look with your eyes, not with your mouth. You will find it."
Right.
But because this person believes he couldn't find the butter, but it's always there. It's always there. He hasn't changed places. Because there's a particular spot in that particular fridge where they always put the butter. This is an example of a blind spot, a mental blind spot. It is there. We just have to get ourselves out of the way to see it. Because the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence. Because if you water your own grass, it's going to be better than the neighbors. Remember, you are seeing the neighbor's grass from another angle or another perspective or view. Look at your own grass critically and see what needs to be done in order for you to be better than your neighbor. Then your neighbor will say, wow, my neighbor has done something with his grass. I better step up in order to catch up. So, we have a lot of things in our hands. The picture that you see that right now, this man is a respected person in our industry when it comes to personal development. And he has put together what successful leaders do in order to thrive in our industry. Any company. It doesn't give a specific company, but in our industry, what leaders do. Because in order to be successful, you have to do what successful people do. And when you see on the screen, you have personal growth that he put, the skill, the product, the time, the method of operation, the duplication, the event, communication, the mapping your year and campaign. And then you see on the side what we have been teaching. Plan for success. Identify new leaders early. Plan for progression in your business. The wordings are not the same, but the content, it is there. You have that. Everybody who is on Mr. Harry Flynn's mailing list, who is on my mailing list, have all the documents. Plan for 6 months. The four corners, 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours plan, the 30 days plan, the level 3s, what you should do, and the training that we offer every Saturday, like the one that Mr. Harry Flynn just gave, puts you in a better position to succeed in your business. And it gladdens my heart to say that we are not doing the wrong thing. We are actually teaching what we are supposed to teach. Because a team that thrives is the team that is plugged to training. It's a team that has set goals. For example, how many people do I help this month to achieve, let's say, $500, $1,000? How many leaders do I want to start creating by the end of 6 months? Because it's a work in progress. Nothing comes easy. Because if it was easy, everybody could do it. That's where commitment comes in. You have to follow up. And that's where the money is as well. The fortune is in the follow-up. So when you look at this, I would say thank you for Mr. Harry Flynn, who has put together his many years of success to put this training that we have together, we have here, and giving me the opportunity to sit at his feet and learn. Because when you are open to learning, you grow. And I've been learning for the last 18 months. I'm keep learning. And when this gentleman spoke about campaign, I looked at it and like, wow. We did that a few months ago. The Go Green campaign. What's the Go Green campaign about? Because when you look at that picture, it's talking about campaign. Campaign could be about the product, the recruiting, home meetings, convention, tools, and system. So when I created this baby, the Go Green campaign, I did that because when I came back from Africa, many people didn't understand what I was talking about when I said the seed corn.
Mm-hmm.
So it enabled me to see that many people didn't realize that we have 7 income streams. And the most important part of our business were the seed corns, the 2 residual incomes, the monthly newsletter and the marketing system academy. So I put together the Go Green campaign to enable people to actually see the possibilities. So that's how the Go Green campaign was launched. So looking for something better. Everything you will ever need is right in front of you. If you just believe in yourself and your abilities, you can accomplish your heart desire. Anything is attainable. Sometimes suspending our disbelief can help us see new possibilities. And I believe we have the training, the material, the tools to help their business grow on our team. Show me a team in the whole Four Corners organization that consistently train every day. Because the training is not only on the Saturday. As a leader, you have to train every day. Every day, every hour. You have to be trained in order to train others. So, come to training. Stop looking for something better. Everything you will ever need is right in front of you. If you just believe in yourself and your abilities, you can accomplish your heart desires. Anything is attainable. On that note, I just want to show you something about the Go Green campaign.
Ms. Kim, I can bring that Go Green campaign up for you.
Okay.
If you just pass me the mic, so to speak, I can display for everyone the Go Green campaign that you actually laid out probably some 4+ months ago.
Yeah.
And I will bring those slides up if you just pass me the mic. Okay, I have it. And if you don't mind, because it is your so-called baby, why don't I bring it up and you can feel free to talk about it and explain it to everyone just as a review.
All right.
So you go ahead and begin there.
Yeah, so many people who work directly with me, we always say, she's always talking about uh, the newsletter, the residual income, because that's the life of your business. That's the seed core. And then in our organization, we have 2 residual income streams. 2. Show me any company out there in our industry that has 2 residual income. 2. And with a 100% matching commission each on one team build. It means that you have the 4x6 matrix. You build that one, but anybody in your organization who buys the residual, the newsletter or the starter marketing system is automatically part of your 4x7 matrices. No extra build team anymore. You do a job once and you are paid over and over again, year after year. I don't know, even past 2 generations, because this is the business of the future. Financial literacy. Who doesn't need it? Like I usually say, I don't care whatever business you do, but you need financial literacy. So it doesn't make sense for you to be in 4 corners and not be on the residual income. It doesn't make sense. It's mind-boggling. So when you are on the residual incomes, next time I'm going to show you a real sample of how much many people are living on the table. It's not fictional. The newsletter income, the newsletter in this particular case, pays up to $76,000 a month. And then the Go Green campaign was to get people to go green. The green, what it meant, yes, it's the sign of the dollar. When you go green, you earn dollars. That's for sure. But green is the color of the icon you have in your back office that shows that you are subscribed to the newsletter. So what we did at that time, we created a campaign where we urged people to go green. So everyone on row 1, 2, and 3 must be filled. So row 1 and 2 have to be green. But we also understood that sometimes you get people, not many people want to do what you are telling them, because you can take people to a horse to the stream, but you cannot make them drink. So that's why the row 3 has 64. But in order for you to qualify for the prize that we had at that moment, half of your third row should be green, and the rest could be blue or dark blue. See, when they see dark blue, it means that your newsletter is turned on. So I will urge everybody right now to go into their back office and turn their newsletter on. It doesn't make sense that you are in four corners, financial literacy, and you don't take advantage of the residual income, which is synonymous to wealth creation. Next, please. So you have to remember, we have some key points, because in order for you to earn, you have to be in it. You have to be in it in order to win it. That's for sure. So you must teach your team to be on the residual income, because it's very embarrassing, I must say, that members on our team have not yet understood what they are sitting on or what they have in their hand. Notice, you have residual bills. Why not have residual income? Financial ignorance is very expensive. That's Alan Greenspan. He was the chairman of the Federal Reserve in the US. So the number one problem in today's generation and economy is the lack of financial literacy. I have been there. There's some decision I made a few years ago that I will never make those decisions again. At that time, I was very financially illiterate. Yes, I have an MBA, but that didn't teach me how to be financially literate. And I learned my lesson the hard way. And that's why I get people. They say formal education will make you a living. Yes, I worked. At one point, I was an assistant lecturer at the University of New England in Australia. But self-education will make you a fortune. I realized that long time ago, over 10 years ago. And that's how I put my feet inside the network marketing business industry. So you also have to, when you do that, you don't only build a four-corner residual income of more than $300,000 US monthly, but it's an $80,000 US asset. Why? $300 might be small, but it adds up. Because in order for you to have that into your account as interest earned, you need $80,000 into your bank. Not many of us have that kind of money lying around. So don't spit on $300 monthly. So the price that we announced some prices at that time, but we decided to change it. And then the different prices were like some, hotel suite package, like the round trip airfares, and in the initial convention registration. So we had the foresight, because it is true, we are a young company, but we will eventually have a convention. And we are also already talking to the CEO about it. Even last week, when I spoke to him, I said, hey, we need some details. So that was the Go Green campaign. And there's something that I want to bring up. Sorry, I want to bring up something. I'm not the presenter anymore, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Something that I want. Yes, please.
Do you want to take back so you can bring up your slide, or you want me to
Yes,
go to
please.
the next piece of information? What do you want?
No, give me the slide. I want to show something before you go on.
Okay,
Before you do, yes.
then take it back. You can reclaim it, and everyone can see your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Go right ahead. You've got it.
Okay. Right. So, many people have received this email. That's a list of all our audio, the videos that we have, the mindset and team training, how to properly recruit, sort the population. There's so many things. You have that. Check into your email. It's very important. That knowledge can help you build your business. We are a knowledge-based company. It doesn't make sense that you have price document like this and not even know that you have it. People spend hundreds, thousands of dollars to get what you have here. But you have it here for free. Use it. Make the most of it. Today on one of my WhatsApp groups, somebody said something that actually stuck with me. He said, in my time of personal meditation, I was thinking of the meaning of the word knowledge. And it hit me. Know, L, edge. So for you to have an edge, you must leverage on what you know by implementing the information you have garnered. It was just amazing to me. And so I said to myself, you must sharpen your axe by having a taste for acquiring information. There is just no other way.
Lord have mercy.
My people, my global family, you have it. It is there. It is in your hands. Open your eyes.
I love it.
Remove the blind spots.
Schotoma. Absolutely.
The Schotoma. That's a nice word.
Woo! Yes,
Then
Lord.
you will succeed like never before. Now, I will pass you back the microphone or the presenter role. Then you do your thing.
Okay. I will wait for it, and then I'll go through this last piece of information here. Um, okay, I see it here, and I'll take it. And wow is, I think, the word of the moment. Wow. The lines are closed right now, and let's see how I can get out of here. Let's see what I want to do here. Where's my other trainings? I don't see my other trainings here. Okay. So let's go over here and bring this up here. Okay. All right. I wish I could hear some people yelling and screaming and jumping up and down and having hallelujah breakdowns. I sense in my spirit that there's some folks listening to the words that you just emanated from your mouth, Miss and Kim. And I just hope that they wrote some stuff down. Scotoma is many of the issues that exist here on this team right now. You just don't know that you don't know. We just want to get you to where you know that you don't know. Then you can learn. When you know that you don't know, stage two, then you can learn. Then you will take notes. Then you will ask questions. Then you will pay attention. Then you will stop talking and listen. Then you will see. Okay? I want to close out with, my goodness, Miss Katy and Kim, thank you for that lesson. Thank you for that realization that many times what we're looking for is right within our grasp. It is right before our eyes. But we can't see it only because we believe we can't see it. That is the only reason. Check your belief. Check up from the neck up. I'm just going to go through this real quickly to end our training for the day. This is something that we originally trained in our team back June or July of last year, and we've done it several times since then. We called it back then the admin and back office training. I'm not going to go through it right now because each of you have it in your possession. Whether you know it or not, it's in your possession. You have it. It's in your emails. Miss and Kim just showed that to you. Now, BYOPP, hint, hint, clue, clue. You figure that out. But when we went through this training, it focused on two things: the proper admin settings for maximum growth. We then talked about a breakdown of the schedule of time to build your business. We talked about, as a review, that Four Corners opportunity is most unique in its automated design. That means most unique. That means no one else has it. We have controls as to whether your business grows or not and how it grows. We talked about that. We showed that to you. Okay? In addition, come on, system, don't act up on me. Okay. You have control. You can choose which or all 7 income streams you want, and you can do it all by the flick of a few switches. I'm not going to go through the details. Many of you should recognize this. You go into your back office. These are the settings everyone on our team should have without question. It ain't necessary that you understand it. I tell you what is necessary, that you trust. Because there's nothing that moves faster in business than the speed of trust. Where there is no trust, your business is stagnant. Everything takes longer to happen. You got to check everything out. You got to get verification of everything. You got to get the wrong people's and other people's opinions. You got to pray on it. When there is no trust, nothing happens in your business. It becomes very stagnant. There's no growth. Okay? But nothing in business moves like the speed of trust. That was taught to me by a network marketing legend. All I'm doing is giving it to you for free. I had to pay thousands of dollars for it and travel across the country to get it. I'm giving it to you for free. Are you taking notes? Do you feel blessed? Here's the first setting. Here's some more settings. Newsletter on. Personal enrollment setting 3. But I don't understand why. So set it to 3 and trust me. Newsletter on. Starian on. Click update. Make sure the settings are 6.3 on and on. Go to your back office dashboard. We show you how to get your links. Many of you still, after months and months and months, don't know how to get your link. I found out how to get my links probably within the first 5 minutes of my business. Your retail store. Many of you don't know you have a retail store. A retail store. All of the products that you have are wholesale. The retail is a markup. Okay? Your product links. This is how you control where people start. We showed you that. We're not going to go through that right now. We showed you in the back office how to get to your getting started videos. Getting started videos? Yeah, that's what I said. There are getting started videos. Hint, hint, clue, clue. Have you watched them? Watch them. If you haven't, no problema. Watch them today. See, because when you reach stage two, when you know that you don't know, great. You know that you don't know. But now what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Okay. How to open a support ticket? Something goes wrong? Got a question? How do you open up support ticket and get it resolved? We showed you that. Click on support. Type it in. They'll get back to you very quickly. Okay. We said now you're all set. Everything's ready to go. So now let's work smart. Okay. Take the time to work smart. We talked about that. And I brought up the point that Bruce Lee used to make. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. So we talked about the schedule of time. We talked about that. I just talked about that. Yet still again. Again. No need to go through it again. But we will. And we will do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again until you get it. You know why? That too is a leadership point. You know why? Because repetition is the mother of learning. Repetition is the mother of learning. You hear the same thing over and over and over again until it starts to resonate in your subconscious mind. But guess what? How important is the success of your business to you? Now, here's the scary part. Only you can answer that question. There is no help, there's no coaching, no answers in any book, there's no magic, no praying is going to get it done for you, no anything but your own desire and passion. But here's the good news. Your own desire and passion is all you need. That is absolutely all you need. Why do I say that? Now remember, if you're seeing it here for the first time, okay, but we've done this training back June or July, or maybe even before, and we've done it several times since then. We've even updated it. But this is why I say all you need is desire and passion, ladies and gentlemen. Please be listening. If you're not listening right now, I can't help you. Because you ain't hearing what word I'm saying. If you're doing your nails or watching some TV show or talking to your loved one or getting a hug and a kiss, I can't help you. You ain't listening to me. So it doesn't matter what I say. Because you ain't hearing me anyway. But if your business is important to you, how do you treat things that are important to you now? I brought this out for you so you can understand. Showing up at your job, I said, 5 to 6 days a week. You know what that means? That's important that you show up at your job. But for many of us, by the time our feet hit the floor in the morning to the time we get to our jobs, it might be 1 or 2 hours before that happens. What are you doing for those 1 or 2 hours? You know what you're doing? It's none of my business. You are doing whatever you have to do so that you can just show up. I don't know what it is. We have different routines. But whatever you have to do in order to show up, you do it 5 to 6 days a week because it's important to you. And then when you get to your job, whether you like it or not, you have to do your job. You don't need to like it. You just got to do it. Why do you do that? Because it's important to you. That's why you do it. What about taking time to eat? Don't laugh at this. Stop laughing. Why do you take time to eat every day? You know why? Because it's important to you. That's the only reason you do it. Because you have to. You do what you have to do. You already know how to do that. I'm not teaching you how to treat things of importance. You already know how to treat things that are important to you. I'm just reminding you. I'm helping you appreciate you already have everything within you to be successful in business. What about the time you take for personal hygiene? You don't need any coaching to brush your teeth. You don't need any reminder. You don't need to go and invest in a book to keep your breath fresh. You brush your teeth every day. You know why? Because you think it's important. And so you take the time to do it. Not every day, we once said. We said every day. to make the point. You do that every day because it's important to you. That's why you do it. You already know how to do that. What about your responsibility for your children? Do you need coaching? You do what you have to do because your responsibility to your children are important to you. Okay? What about, come on, system, stop doing this to me. Don't play with me. What about your church or spiritual obligations? For many of you, you don't make an excuse when it's time to go to church. When it's time for your Bible study, you let everybody know, hey, I can't do this right now because, we're having our Bible study. We're going to have our Bible study in 30 minutes. So I'll have to get to you after that. Nothing gets in the way of your church or spiritual obligations. Why? Because they are important to you. What about the time you take for leisure? How much per week? Now, the only reason I brought this up is because I want to show you and help you realize that each of you already know how to treat things that are important to you. So then I played the old childhood game with you. I wanted to try to make it fun. So, hey, let's play this game we used to play as children. A game of what if. What if? Where we played with our imagination. What if? We played with our imagination. Hey, what if? The game of what if. Hey, with hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars on the table. Is 5 to 10 hours a week worth it to you? I don't know. How important is hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars important to you? Is 5 to 10 hours a week worth it to you? You answer the question. Is 20 to 25 hours a week worth it to you? What's it worth to you? I can't answer that question for you. Maybe 25 to 30 hours a week is worth it to you. Someone once told me, hey, man, Harry, for millions of dollars, I'd spend 100+ hours a week. I'd go full time at it. Oh, really? Do you really mean that? Or are you just perpetrating a fraud? You just trying to sound good? You just trying to say what's appropriate? Are you serious? Or are you seriously not serious? Let's see. Remember that thing we talked about with time? 37 hours a week if you're serious to just pursue your dream. Saturday webinar, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or whatever that equates to in your neck of the woods. Somebody is listening to me, but a whole lot of you are not. But I ain't mad at you. I don't care. 10 peaks a day. In my presentation, I said I'm going to break it down for you like a fraction. Well, look at it. 10 peaks a day, 6 days a week. That's 50 minutes a day if you take 5 minutes per peak. Somebody that was presenting, mute your mic. I hear news, I hear movement going on. Just mute your mic so we can't hear any kind of moves you make. Okay, this is very important. Remember, 10 peaks a day, 6 days a week. That would be 50 minutes a day if you take 5 minutes per peak. And it should not take anybody 5 minutes to peak somebody. Because here's our peak. Oh, listen, by the way, I almost forgot. If there was a way to take a $54 one-time out of pocket and turn it into over $500,000, would you want to know about it, yes or no? That's a peak. It certainly did not take me 5 minutes to say that. I said that in probably 45 seconds or less. But let's say you talk slow. 5 minutes per peak. That's 50 minutes a day if you do 6 days a week. I'm giving you a day off. I don't take a day off. 10 follow-ups a day. 6 days a week. That's 2 hours a day if you take 10 minutes per follow-up. I'm breaking it down for you like a fraction. What about your email or communication checks per day? Many of you don't even check your emails. Ms. Nkem just showed you an email that many of you have been sent probably 10 to 20 different times, and yet you ain't seen it one time. That's only 20 to 35 minutes per day just to check to see what's going on, to keep yourselves informed. That's all it is. What about your contact list management? 15 to 20 minutes a day. Just keep adding people that you meet. I don't know who I'm going to meet by 3 p.m. this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. I got to do some running around. I got to run to Walmart. I got to go here. I got to go there. I might run into someone that I haven't seen in 3 years. I might be surprised to see them where I saw them. Hey, how you doing? They might ask me the question, what are you up to these days? Oh, they shouldn't have asked me that question. You see, keep control of who you know. Your contact list, all those you know, never ends. Your team communication per week. Are you taking the time per week, 2 hours a week total, to talk to your team? Say hello. How they doing? How your mama doing? How's the kids? What'd you think of last week's training? Are you scheduling your team for this coming week's training? How are things going? Do you have any questions? Hey, it was great to hear your voice. God bless you. Tell your mom I says hello. Did I ask about her? Tell your husband I says hey. Tell your wife I says hi. How's the dog? Hey, give me a call if you need me. Bye. Gotta run. That's just a basic common sense communication. Are you doing that? Well, look at the hours. If you want to be successful, we broke it down like a fraction. Look, 1 hour a week. Peaks, 6 hours per week. Follow ups, 12 hours per week. Communication checks, 3.5 hours per week. Now, maybe you can't put all of this time in, but what can you do? Contact list management, 2.5 hours per week. Your team communication, 2 hours per week. A total, 27 hours per week. Or, how much time can you give to each activity? It's not going to be the same for everybody, but everybody is busy. Everybody has full plates. Everybody lose loved ones. Everybody has loved ones get sick. Don't take it personal when it happens to you. Everybody goes through the same stuff. You know what they call it? They call it life. You do not want the alternative. Somebody say amen. So, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Remember, folks, as someone once taught me, your success is hiding behind your excuses. Get rid of your excuses, and your success will have no place to hide. Listen to that again. Your success is hiding behind your excuses. Get rid of your excuses, and your success will have nowhere to hide. I am done. Listen, what I want to do is, if I may, I'm going to ask our host for today's call. I want to thank my business partner, the ambassador to the continent of Africa, for her teaching today. Now we understand Schotoma, that mental blind spot that stops us from seeing what is directly before our eyes. It's Schotoma. Get rid of that Schotoma. I want to thank Miss Katy Nkem for that teaching. I want to turn it back over to our host for today, Mrs. Brenda Motley, who done a wonderful job of setting everything up for this training today. If you would, Mrs. Motley, request back the presenter role so that we can hear you. And I want to thank you for giving us the time to speak with the team globally today. I see you have it. Mrs. Motley, talk to the people. Thank you very much. I think you have it. You may have to just unmute your mic if you may, because we don't hear you. Go ahead. Unmute your mic, and I think we can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Absolutely. You go right on ahead.
Oh, yeah. It was my phone. I was looking for the mic on the screen.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. We know you guys took copious notes today. And not just take them, but review the notes. Let that sink. Thank you so much, Mr. Harry Flynn, and thank you so much, Mr. Katy Nkem. I have tons of notes here, and I will be reviewing my notes and getting rid of my excuses so success can come right on in. But, wow. Remember, next week, same place, same time, joinme.com at 11 in the US of A, and whatever that equates to in your country. So we covered everything, right, Mr. Flynn? Anything else we need to
I think we
do
covered
before
everything.
we hang up?
We have it. We
Okay.
have it. We went over time, but I'm not going to apologize for it. It's important.
Definitely needed. Definitely needed. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So it's not enough just to know it. We have to do it and make it happen.
Great.
So I want to thank everyone for being on the call today. It was a great time. I'm excited, on fire, and I hope you are too. So
You can go ahead
everyone
and
go.
stop the recording. You can stop the recording
Oh,
too.
stop the recording. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, one moment. Stop recording.